All right. This week in movie news, Danny Elfman has been he has been in the news lately. Apparently, due to an old sexual harassment case, Danny Elfman has been accused of sexual harassment by female composer. He agreed to pay $830,000 for in a settlement. Yeah, apparently this was a few years ago, and it's starting to resurface because, like, I guess he's failed to make payments and whatnot. So apparently, he's being sued for a breach of contract for failing to make settlement payments due to the allegation. A new investigation in Rolling Stone claims that Elfman sexually harassed Nomi Abadi, a Grammy-nominated pianist and composer, in 2015 and 2016. So it's been it's been a bit. But Elfman denies the claims, and Abadi's now suing Elfman for breach of contract and failing to pay. What do you think about this?
I think it's holy moly! it's a whopper of a story. Woo!
Yeah. Elfman denies all accusations, of course. Of course he's going to do that. But he denies any improper behavior in a statement to Rolling Stone, stating that he did not expose himself or masturbate in front of her. Oh, that's fucking disgusting. I mean, look at him. Like, he does not. I mean, he looks like a creepy guy who would do that kind of shit. So
well, Danny Elfman.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
He's a famous movie composer who has composed movies such as I think Beetlejuice, Batman,
Spider-Man.
1989, Batman Returns,
a lot
1992.
Of Tim Burton's crap. Does this look
Nightmare
like a
Before
face?
Christmas.
Does this look like a face you can trust? I don't know. For the people that are watching the video,
Danny,
I have a picture of him right here, and I don't know. Does that look like? Would you want to be alone with him? I don't think so.
He looks. He looks very, very happy.
He looks fucking creepy. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. I don't want to talk more about this. I'm gonna throw up, and it's not gonna be good. Then we'll all start throwing up. It's going to be disgusting. Anyway, let's move on. Apparently, Bron, the production company that did such movies as like Licorice Pizza, Ghostbusters Afterlife, The Joker, it's filing for bankruptcy. Oh no! What do you think about that, man?
I haven't heard of this movie, but I heard of Licorice Pizza, but I have not seen that movie.
But you seen like The Joker, and we saw Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh yeah, I saw the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, and I have to say, it's very, very different and very, very nuanced. And of course, when I saw the beginning of the movie, it looked a little vaudevillian, like vaudeville, a little bit.
Yeah, but what do you think about the company going bankrupt?
It's sad.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they've made some great pictures and stuff like that. It's just sad that they can't keep afloat in this climate. I mean, according to a statement they released, they said, having explored many options for months, Bron had no choice but to take this step in light of its financial circumstances. Oops, I got a phone call. Wrote the CEO. The last few years have been incredibly difficult for Bron, and things have only gotten more complicated over these past months. COVID and many other issues affecting the media industry. The last few years, most recently, the strikes made Bron's ability to continue existing impossible. So, I mean, it's just a whirlwind of different things. Bad climate for the movie industry. I mean, just brought it down. Yeah, it sucks. It happens. So hopefully the people that are involved can move on to a different studio and continue to make the movies we love. But it's just a terrible climate for movies right now. It's like everything's up in the wind. All the actors and writers are on strike. They're not wanting to pay them. AI is threatening to take over. James Cameron warned us of this day. No, I'm just joking. But
it's a lot of nonsense. Nowadays Hollywood is a little different.
Yeah.
I wish they would just solve the writer's strike. Just solve it and get on with their lives. Get over it.
Well, I mean, they do deserve to be paid what they're worth, So I mean, they can't just get over it, but I mean, like, the studios need to wise up and pay them what they're worth, man. But anyway, that's a whole nother discussion. Fucking scammers trying to get a hold of me. Anyway, let's move on. Moving on, not to get too off topic here. All right. Our next bit of movie news: Aquaman. Apparently, so the Aquaman sequel that's still coming out. Apparently, it's been going through reshoot after reshoot. They're desperately trying to course correct after the disaster that was the Flash movie. Now, you ended up seeing the Flash movie, right?
Oh yeah, I saw it. It was very, very interesting. But my favorite parts, including the cameos of Christopher Reeves, Helen Slater, George Reeves,
Spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Adam West, which I found very, very surprising. So I got nostalgia fever, nostalgia
Yeah.
quality.
I think that was the big selling point for everybody. Was like all the cameos and stuff like that. It was basically this DC's version of like Multiverse of Madness or Endgame, whatever you want to call it, but or like Spider-Man No Way Home, where they were selling it on the chance of seeing some of the old actors and whatnot. But that I think that was like the only selling point of the movie, that and then Michael Keaton, but it just didn't hold up. From what I've heard. Now, would you say overall was it a good movie, or do you think it was a bad movie?
Some parts were good. I thought that the part of the movie was a little confusing because they had Ezra Miller Flash. They had another Flash. Something about a dark Flash.
Yeah.
Something confusing about the whole movie.
Now, I think that's a perfect key word here. Confusing. I think they just screwed with audiences' brains because. I mean, not that saying like everyone's dumb and they can't figure it out, but it's like everything's so muddled up because they have a new universe that's supposed to take over for the Snyder universe, and this was supposed to be the bridge between the two, and it's like, and then they start including like shit like spoilers at the end of the movie. George Clooney Batman shows up, and it's just like, what the fuck? like okay, what are you going with? Is it supposed to be a reboot, introducing the new universe, but it's still showing a bunch of old cameos and. I think it just gets, for the general audience goer, just like, what am I seeing? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the this is. And
well,
and then you got
if they do make a new script, George Clooney might be Batman. If that happens,
no, just burn burn all that shit to the ground.
They just need a better script for George Clooney when he's Batman.
Yeah, but it's like it's just so confusing. It's like why are they still putting this stuff out? It's like. And now we have like like I'm just about to talk about Aquaman. It's still like the last vestiges of the Snyderverse. They should just shove this shit onto like HBO Max or something because it's like just so like it's over. It's done. You don't need to see any more of this crap. But apparently, originally they were going to include Batman in the Aquaman sequel, and originally they had put Michael Keaton Batman because of the Flash, and they decided to scrap that, and they put I think. Ben Affleck's Batman was supposed to show, and they scrapped that, and now they got rid of Batman in the movie altogether because they don't want to confuse anybody, but it's already so confusing. And then they did a bunch of screen tests and reshoots, and it's been insane. It's like they're just trying so desperately to make this movie viable. Like, just shove it on streaming. It's over for this part of the universe. It's history.
Yeah, just shove it on streaming. I understand that The Flash didn't do well in theaters. It didn't make enough money. It's going to be on streaming service very, very soon. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Everything's going to be okay.
That's a good message. Everything's going to be okay. All right. Next bit of movie news: He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Are you a fan of He-Man at all?
Well, I think I saw the cartoon a long time ago. And then, of course, in Ghostbusters 2, they had a reference of He-Man.
Oh, I thought it was going to be He-Man. Yeah, that's right. Apparently, they were supposed to make a live-action He-Man movie for Netflix, but that is no longer. It has been canceled now. Insiders said that close to $30 million has already been spent on the development of this He-Man movie, and they pulled the rug underneath it because all the stuff going on with the strikes and whatnot. They just thought. It's not going to be viable to pull off. So, sad news for He-Man fans. It's so, I don't know, not a big loss. I mean, I don't think He-Man is like a huge property anymore like it used to be. I know they had like that new cartoon come out, but, I think it would have been a huge mistake to go forward. I mean, they already lost a shit ton of money just in pre-production and whatnot. But I don't know. It would have been a big mistake to put a lot of money into this. Netflix is already being dumb. And then supposedly they're like saying they had huge success with the whole, cracking down on password sharing, and they have a bunch of new accounts open. But no, it's because you're counting, you're counting like the different, locations using that same account as two different accounts now. So that doesn't count, but whatever. Apparently, John M. Chu, the director of the new Wicked movie, said it's being put on hold, like everything else, because of the writers and actors strike. But this sucks extra because they're only like a few days away from finishing shooting, so that kind of sucks for everybody. But are you even interested in this at all?
Maybe
if it comes on streaming or something. I don't know. I'm not too big of a fan. Like I like The Wizard of Oz, but I'm not a big fan of Wicked or musicals in general. So yeah, I might check it out if it was on streaming or something, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm very interested in this, but maybe there are some people out there. So they're on a little break. Hopefully they can finish it soon. But Ariana Grande is keeping busy between filming. Apparently she's now dating her Wicked co-star, Ethan Slater, after her breakup with her ex-husband, Dalton Gomez. Not that I thought you'd care, but I thought I'd just throw that in there for filler. Yeah. I mean, look at him. I don't know if you've seen any clips, but I think he plays SpongeBob on the SpongeBob musical. He's actually pretty good on that, but not to get too off topic here. All right, let's move on from this garbage. All right. Next bit of movie news. Reviews are starting to come in for Barbie and Oppenheimer, or more affectionately known as Barbenheimer. What do you think about this whole phenomenon of the movies coming out at the same time? And I like the duality of such different style of movie being mashed up together. What do you think about that whole thing?
it's different.
Yeah, I definitely want to see both of them. So that I want to partake in this phenomenon of culture. But yeah, reviews are coming in. Apparently, there's glowing reviews for both of them. Rotten Tomatoes for the Barbie movie have come in at 89%, which is pretty solid, and 93% for Oppenheimer. Which one are you looking forward to more?
Oppenheimer.
I think for me that goes without saying. Oppenheimer looks very epic. I mean, I heard it's one of Christopher Nolan's greatest movies of all time, if not his greatest. So I definitely want to check that out. But the Barbie movie looks so fun. Normally when they make movies about like toys and whatnot, it's usually just a very straightforward, like cash grab type of thing. It's very, uncreative, just meant for the kids and whatnot. But I don't know, something about this, it seems very like offbeat, just kind of wacky, and I don't know, has some kind of a deeper meaning to it than just trying to sell the toy. So I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to checking out what that's all about. And then it just looks so hilarious. I don't know. I definitely want to see that movie as well. All right. Our next bit of movie news. AMC abandons their sightline policy that charges more for better seats. I'm so glad they got rid of that. Are you?
Yep.
I think that's dumb. Like, just to charge more for the privilege of being able to see the movie better. That's ridiculous. It should be first come, first serve. If you get there early and pay for the seats, center, what's your optimal seating arrangement? Where do you like to sit?
Just near at the top. Not too much at the top, but just somewhere near on the top at the
You like to
top.
be high up.
Yeah.
I mean, so this wouldn't have affected you as much, but
Not really.
I like to be typically in the middle, like in the middle of the aisle, in the middle of the theater, like not too close, not too far, just kind of like spot on right in the middle there. So those would be the more expensive seats. So I'm glad that they got rid of that. It's just ridiculous. Like I said, it should be, not whoever can pay the most should get the best seat. It should be, first come, first serve. You pay whatever you pay for any seat, and that's good enough. I'm glad they got rid of that. All right. Next bit of movie news. Apparently, The Flash has earned just $106.8 million domestically, which is less than what the Green Lantern made, the ill-fated Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds, which made 166.6 million. So the Flash did worse financially than the Green Lantern. What do you think about that?
Well, I'll give you my opinion on the Flash movie. It's a little confusing, a little different, but I'm glad they got Michael Keaton in the movie, which is very, very awesome. But however, the cameos are so different and so familiar, and I got this nostalgia feeling about it when I saw it. I'm like, ooh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, like I said, just a little while ago, I think that was the only thing it had going for it. But I don't know. Do you think it's just DC in general, or do you think like all superhero movies are on their way out?
I think they're on their way out because what I'm trying to say is that they're kind of flopping or they're doing well. I have no idea. I mean, it's basically up to the box office people and whatnot, and it's a bunch of nonsense because movies and theaters are supposed to do very, very well, and I have no idea what the flippity do is going on.
Yeah, I know what's going on. They need to start making better movies. That's what they need to do. Excuse me. That's what it all comes down to, and then everything's going to be fine. Because I've got one hand in my pocket, and then it has money, and I'm going to pay for a movie. I want it to be good, not just some rehash of some shit that I've seen before. Anyway, not to get too off topic here, but yeah, I think that's what it. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that superhero movies are unfortunately finally coming to a close. I mean, it's been a good run, man. I mean, we started with Blade, X-Men, Spider-Man, and the big superhero movie boom, and now I think it's just the whole market's oversaturated. It's like superhero inflation. We have so much content, it's worthless now, unfortunately. But like I mentioned before, I'm a Marvel ride or die, so I'll watch those movies until they burn into the ground. But
yep, I'm a Marvel fan also.
Even if I don't enjoy it so much, I'm gonna sit through it and be like, I got to be here to watch it, man. I feel like I'm invested for some shit, for some reason.
It's still in theaters, The Flash, so I guess, some other stuff, it's in theaters, so if you get a chance to see it, go see it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I mean, it'll be based on your opinion or whatnot, but, yeah, if you do go to see it, there's gonna be some, surprises and some cameos and some... Woo!
What?
All right. Let's move on from this DC crap. Apparently, there's a new Lego movie coming out, but it has nothing to do with the previous movies. Apparently, Universal bought the rights from Warner Brothers like 3 years ago, which I knew nothing about. But yeah, they're doing a new Lego movie now. It has nothing to do with the previous films. And it's supposedly going to be a mixture of like animation and live action. I don't know what the hell that's going to be about. Does that sound interesting? Do you like Lego?
Yeah, I remember seeing the Lego Batman movie.
Uh-huh.
I remember seeing the Lego movie also, but the Lego Batman movie was so good because I liked seeing, Billy D. Williams cast as Two-Face.
Yeah. But yeah, the good thing about this Lego movie, they won't be forced into using only Warner Brothers properties in their film. So hopefully we'll see a little more variety. But yeah, I have no other than a description of being a mixture of live action and animation. I have no idea what this is going to entail. So hopefully it's interesting. Hopefully they keep it fresh. I'm just tired of movies in general because everything's like a established IP or a sequel or a reboot or I don't know. I want some fresh ideas. People,
Yep.
come up with something interesting for crying out loud. Anyway, not to get too off topic here. Well, this brings a wrap to this episode of This Week in Movie News.